What's up, guys? It's Rainbow here. Just thought I might try to make an interesting type of video, one I haven't done in a long time. Uh, Try to showcase some live gameplay. And today we're going to be featuring two tanks that are at tier 3 with our friend Flatness here. And it's the Panzer 2J, which is completely opposite of the Ni Otsu, which is all about DPM, versus the Panzer 2J having the armor and a gun that's maybe not so great. So, just trying to see how these bad boys perform. Keep in mind that the Panzer 2J has been kind of rendered obsolete after penetration nerfs, and it's just been power crept to insanity. And the Ni Otsu was only for sale for a very limited time many years ago, and it's quite arguably one of the most overpowered tanks here in the game, even more than the Smasher or the T-22 or anything you want to compare it to. It's just it's insane. And for now, we're gonna focus on playing the Panzer 2J. And so we can see the lineup. They've got 3 M5 Stuarts, 2 Panzer 3s, and 2 Chihas. So pretty interesting lineup. I don't know much about tier 3 tanks. I don't know if those are particularly good or not. But we shall see what this little miniature armored auto-loading tank can do against some worthy opponents. And one thing you can notice is that this tank is just not very fast at all. I mean, we're just barely creeping. And it just feels so slow. It's like a T-95. Just not going very fast at all. But as we encounter some enemies here, momentarily, let's see if we can do some damage with this little autoloader. And as you'll notice, something that may be kind of weird if you've never played the Panzer 2J is I'm using all APCR because this tank has awful penetration on its AP. It's not worth using AP. It's just so awful. And see if we can get the clear here. The clear here and get some damage into him. Awesome. And yeah, been pretty easy so far. No one's even tried to shoot at me, so pretty uncontested. Great situation overall. And now we're gonna get to a little kind of awful situation. Doing 5 miles an hour. Not very good. Alright, now seeing as I'm on full HP and there's 2 of us here, see if we can clear this guy out. Boom! Blew him up. Alright. So as we can see, we just blocked the damage. And now we're just gonna see if we can farm off of these guys and see if they'll try to shoot me, because I don't know if they'd be able to pin me very easily. Try to get across here. Oh, leave him on 19 HP. Oh, so close I could have gotten the clear. One thing that I can see is that this tank is very good against same tier opponents. I mean, the gun is not very good, but it can get out the damage pretty fast if you pin your shots. And as well, the enemy team does not have the best guns in the world, and as such, they'll probably not be able to pin you as well as would be efficient. Now, as you can see, as we were talking about earlier, we're kind of struggling to catch up with this M5 Stuart here. But maybe we can get around here. Please start a fire! No. Just reached the 933 damage mark, and it's over. So, yeah. Highly armored, very slow, kind of tank. But there we go. Top of the team. First class, almost mastered it. And as you can see, you lose lots and lots of credits when you play this tank. I mean, if you're shooting a PCR, which is almost a must in this tank, then yeah, you're gonna lose a lot of credits. But it's really fun when you play same tier opponents. It's great. It's just such a fun tank to bounce and whatnot. Now, if our teammate would ready up, we'd take a spin in the Ni Otsu, which is just it's probably the most fun tank in my garage, and it's honestly the best seal clubber I've got. I mean, if I wanted to get, you know, just 70% win rate, I could just farm this tank. And it's so easy to win, especially when you're playing against tier 3 opponents who are not that great at the game and just don't, maybe you've never played against it. I mean, look, these people don't have, you know, clans. They probably don't know much about how to play the game. And this is actually one of my favorite maps to play this tank on because, oh, as we can see, the teammate is totally not oblivious to what's going on here. He knows what's going on with the Ni Otsu. But anyways, as you can see here, the intra-clip reload of this tank is 0.7 seconds. Oh, he's blocking my shots. His BT3 is just not doing very well. As we can see here, this is where the tank just absolutely melts. I mean, we just took so much damage away so fast. And this is why I love this map with this tank, because it's got great gun depression, and you can just make the gun work. And the reason this tank was taken out of the store is because it's got such an insane DPM for a tier 3. I don't remember offhand exactly what the DPM is, but I do know that it is just an insanely high DPM for this tier. As you can see, one of our shots is just going to go completely haywire. And the on-move dispersion, not too great, but we'll probably be able to clear the enemy. Where the enemy might be hiding. Oh, there they are, on the other side of the map, doing exactly what players at tier 3 probably are gonna do, not knowing how to play the game very well. And this is just perfect farming situation for the Ni Otsu. It's just a melt machine, and there you go, 900 damage, just so easy. Didn't even take a bit of damage in return. And another first class, and our brothers in arms. And maybe for good measure, we'll do one more game. I think that might be kind of fun. Just this tank is so fun and OP. And we've got a great matchup here on Fort Despair, just a classic map. And let's see what we can do in this tank. See if we can break 1,000 damage, which is pretty easy to do in this tank. I've done it many times, and one of the most fun things about this tank is you can just farm the masteries because so little people have the tank, and you can just do insane amounts of damage. And even mastering this tank, it's sometimes your WN8's like not even very great, just because the caliber of players that play this tank is unreal. I mean, you'd have had to have played for so long, and you'd have to be such an OG to own this tank, just because it was only in the store for such a small amount of time. Yikes! Just took a lot of damage here. Just an absolute cluster of friendly tanks. Not really able to do much, but if his BT7 does pop out, maybe... Oh, it looks like no. Nope. And one thing... Oh, I've not seen one of those in a while. A gross tractor. Let's see how well he stands up to the mighty Ni Otsu. Getting rammed by our teammates here. Not very kind of them, but yeah, it looks like the enemies are now out in the open, and that's going to be kind of free reign for me because this is where the Ni Otsu shines best. Just able to punch out the damage so easily against tanks that are just out in the open, able to get farmed. And maybe I can just get a little sneaky move, go clear this M5 Stewart. Maybe, just maybe, if my team doesn't clear them out, be pretty sick. And somehow we managed to bounce the side, but I showcase the DPM. 42, 79, 117, 156. Easy. Yeah, the on-movement dispersion is not very great on this tank. As you can see, we're just about to break. Oh, yep. 1100 damage, 3 kills. This tank is just absolutely insane. And thank you for watching my video and seeing me master the infamous Ni Otsu and also playing the Panzer II J.